Okay. So yeah, hi. Get the microphone over here a little closer. The microphone is now just outside of shot. That's better. I was editing the title on Facebook because for some reason I keep putting in 99 and it says 9 in the title. I don't know why. But hi, welcome to the show that comes before show 100. I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of startled that I've actually gotten this far. Show 100. Frankly, I'm bewildered and stunned. And I'm pleased, but I'm also bewildered and stunned. Pretty much. So we've got some stuff. Yes. Oh. I should probably tune this, huh? Second. I'm going to go over here to the bin conveniently marked tuners. I'm not on stage yet. I will be in a minute, though. Gotta wait till I get back over here. Hey, it's actually in tune, which is nice. Oh, I have absolutely no interest in buying fans at this time because I am just some weirdo with a ukulele. Just trying to amuse myself a little bit. Does that make me a bewilder beast? You know, okay, I was actually considering Bemusionist as a name for the act, but I figured I would have to explain it too many times. Show 99. I'm really stunned, really, frankly. This started out as, well, why not? I'll do this because I got to get my performing chops in somewhere, and it has become whatever the heck it is it's become. I mean, I've got all this whole furniture around me now. Not the furniture behind me, but the furniture you see on the screen around me and the chat box over here. Here. I got to point forward to point to the chat box. Isn't that odd? That's okay. So, this is going to be, it's going to be a regular show, and tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I'll be doing an hour's worth of stuff. We'll see how that goes. Should be fun. Why not? Oh, yeah. Let's start off with this, and I'm double checking that the sound levels are good because it seemed like it was kind of quiet previously. I'm just tweaking the sound a little bit here. I don't want it to run all the way up into the red, of course, because that's where you blow out the mic. Now they make new movies in all black and white with happy endings where nobody fights. So if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up and show your age. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind. Two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. Well, I remember being buck-toothed and skinny, writing fan letters to Sky's niece Penny. Well, I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache that could solve some mysteries too. But it's a bandstand, Disneyland, growing up fast, drinking on a fake ID. Well, the Rama of the jungle was everyone's Moana, and only jazz musicians were smoking marijuana. Yeah, I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. There we go. But it's a flat top, dirty mop, copping a field, grubbing on the living room floor, so sore. Well, they send you off to college, try to gain a little knowledge, but all you want to do is learn how to score. Well, now I'm getting old, I don't wear underwear, I don't go to church, and I don't cut my hair, but I can go to movies and see it all there, just the way that it used to be. I said I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind, a two-toned Ricky Ricardo jacket, and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. I could be anything that I wanted to be, maybe a Swave Errol Flynn or the Sheik of Araby. If I only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could do some cruising too. Yeah, Brill cream, a little dabble do you. Oh, I could do some cruising too. Did that one entirely without notes, so I feel good about that. I do. I feel good about it. I feel happy. I almost made you may have heard the moment when I actually saw Kay say "sounds fine for me," and I saw that pop up in the chat over here, and it just about caused me to fall completely off the song, which is once again proving to me that it's a bad idea to read the comments when you're performing. It's generally a bad idea to read the comments in general, but on this show, that stuff right there is part of the interactive part of the Troubadork Non-Commute Show. And so I'm having a pretty good week. This is actually the last day of my work week, so I had a really, really short work week because we had Labor Day on Monday, and I'm taking tomorrow off, and we're going to do stuff around the house. I'm going to go get a massage for the first time in months, which is good because my legs are currently trying to kill me. And then I'm going to come back here and do the great big McLarge huge Show 100. Fernando. And then I'm going to go probably take a nap. Maybe make some pepperoni rolls or something like that. This weekend we're going to tear up the deck in the backyard because it's old and decrepit, and we want to see if there's anything worth using underneath it. We know there's a concrete pad underneath it, and eventually we're going to want to put another deck up, but we may want to just like completely destroying the deck, and then on Monday I will look and feel my best because I'll be a 50-plus-year-old man who has torn up a deck. So that'll be fun. Next song is one that I wrote because I was performing at Steampunk November. Oh, Steampunk November, which is not happening this year because of the plague, but I still have the right glasses for it. There we go. Now I look all steampunky. I hope I'm facing the right direction because I can't see a damn thing, which is actually a good thing because then I'm not distracted by the comments happening over here. I can't see. Underfunded Steampunk Blues. Haven't played it for a while. Let's see what happens. 12-bar blues, I think. Well, I got me on a thropter, baby, but I'm missing a few gears. I said I got me on a thropter, mama, but I'm missing a few gears. I've been looking for parts for it, but it just might I got me an army surplus airship, mama, but the rigging's kinda torn. I've been looking for parts for it, but it was manufactured years before I was born. I got them low budget, underfunded steampunk blues. And I take on my fanatical minions, mama, but I can't afford the union dues. It's hard to take it for the world, baby, when you can barely afford to read the news. That costs a nickel. Bridge. Broken bridge. Log jam. I got them low budget, underfunded steampunk blues. I'd have an army of fanatical minions, mama, but I can't afford the union dues. I tried to get an army of mechanical crabs, but I couldn't afford the licensing fee to the external combustion orchestra. It's a niche song. I know it's a niche song, and that's okay. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to the show today, and I'd like to thank you all for coming to the show today. I'm going to be silly. It's going to be that kind of day. It's been that kind of week, and it's just going to keep being like that. Let's be completely honest. There are so many things to talk about. So many things to discuss. Oh, my gosh. Hi, folks who have stopped in. I have absolutely no idea how many people are actually here because the little counter thing is chronically inaccurate. But that's all right. Now, that was a 12-bar blues, if I recall correctly. Now, the next song, divest myself of the extremely cool shades here. I know, orange sky out in the Bay Area. You guys, be safe. It is weird out there. We are talking serious life on Mars work. And I actually, speaking of which, I actually did go look up the chords for Life on Mars because I like that song. And I can do a fairly credible young David Bowie because I have the voice of a 12-year-old. And I got to tell you something right now. Wow, Mr. Bowie was not skimping on the chords on that song. There are some changes in there that could pretty much cripple an old man pretty easily. But I'll still see if I can achieve it someday. Not today. Probably not tomorrow. But we'll see. But the next song I'm going to do is one that I actually initially heard on MTV back when MTV used to play music videos. A long time ago, before many of you were born. And this was one that Eric Clapton covered in his Unplugged. And I really liked it. So I was like, I got to find some more songs to play on this instrument. And I went looking for it, and I found it. And this is not actually his version or anybody else's version, but it's as close as I can get. Once I lived the life of a millionaire. Spent all my money, didn't have any cares. I took my friends out for a mighty good time. Drank bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. Didn't have no friends, had nowhere to go. If I get my hands on $1 again, I'm gonna squeeze her till I learn the real chords. Here we go, 'cause nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny. And as for friends, you don't have any. When you get back on your feet again, Everybody wants to be a long lost friend. Don't look at the comments. I know it's strange without any doubt, but nobody knows you when you're down and out. Focus. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny. And as for friends, you don't have any. When you get back on your feet again, there we go. Everybody wants to be a long lost friend. I know it's strange without any doubt, but nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. As is traditional, there were a few rough spots, but we got through on the end there. Yeah, Joseph, I really like Life on Mars. The second verse of Life on Mars is pretty, it's really kind of, it's a great song. And I do have the advantage here that when I am performing, I can actually look at the other screen, which is directly below the camera, which is right there. And cheat. Cheat horribly. This show has not seen me cheat at all, which probably is indicative in the quality of the show I am providing. But this is, after all, kind of an open rehearsal with audience heckling. Tomorrow I will be playing Fernando. And also Dread Peasant Festus, probably Eat Bertha's Muscles, and I gotta fill an hour. I've been bash out a lot of stuff. The second verse is, it's really interesting, David Bowie, his singing style, because it did evolve from in its various iterations, but there's always been a very, what Frank Zappa used to refer to as dynamic slide vocals, because he would make these jumps, and only the fact that I'm a tenor with a short neck gives me a chance of keeping up at all. The last song in this set is one that I've played more than a few times, and it is the lick that is my nemesis. I can get most ukulele licks down after a few runs. I mean, the man who lives at fairs. And then, I mean, those aren't that hard. This one is the paperback rider lick. I don't have the benefit of having three other guys singing close harmony with me, so there's that problem. And then this one is, you start off with, or in my case, a paperback writer, and then you got to get right into this lick, which I tend to play faster than I should, and not as accurate as I ought to. But we'll see if we can get through it. We'll see if we can do it this time around. I have high hopes. I'm terrified. Renaissance Minstrel. Yes. Renaissance Minstrel, Minstrel, Minstrel. I pray thee, my Lord, will you hear this song? It took me years to write, but will not take too long. It's based on a sonnet by a man named Kit, and I need a patron, so I long to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel, 'tis a noble saga of a wandering knight, and his lady's love keeps him up at night. His son's a lowly squire just dragging swords. 'Tis a steady job, but he longs to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel, Renaissance Renaissance minstrel, minstrel, minstrel. 'Tis 100 verses, give or take a few. I'll be writing more in a week or two. I can make it Latin if you like the sound. Sed putus summit, and I long to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. If you do enjoy it, I can sing it there. I get so tired of wandering from fair to fair. If you must return it, send it to the king. He'll just put his name on it and call himself a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Alas, my love, you do me wrong, minstrel. There's no good way to end the song, minstrel. Usually they fade it out, minstrel. I do not have that luxury, minstrel. I guess I'll end it abruptly, minstrel. I'm sorry. Some of this stuff really is just for my amusement, because if I'm not amused by it, y'all won't be amused by it, because I have really low standards. And so we have come staggering blindly into... Hang that on a hook. There's a hook attached. The hook is actually attached to a console, which is attached to the boom mic, which is attached to the camera, which is why I put it in the hooks firmly. It causes everything to shake. We are not having an earthquake here in Texas. We have come staggering around, and once again find ourselves sprawled upon the Barca Lounger that is the final part of the Troubadork Non-Commute Show number 99. Holy crap! Wow, honestly. I'm going to do a lot of this wow business tomorrow. A lot. I mean, like, really Owen Wilson, wow, kind of situation, because it's just so odd that this, which is really started off as a hobby, a pastime, has become kind of a constant thing for me, and has actually given me a chance to expand my my brain, open up the musical wing of my brain once again, which kind of got nailed shut after when I started doing the magic full time, because I had to focus on the magic. But the music is a nice way to relax, and the cool thing about having a music show, true story, if you're doing it and there's not a lot of people watching, it still counts as rehearsal. It's practice. If you're doing a live interactive magic show and there's no one watching, that's a cry for help. Speaking of cries for help, I'm in here, cat. That's Delilah. If you can hear the meowing, that's Delilah Kitty. One of the two cats we have in this house, here at an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas, in the house known as Ororoki, which is Japanese for unexpected. It's a whole nother story. Ashley knows this story, and I think Kay might know it as well. I'm in here, cat. We're almost done, I promise. Jeez. She's got a little fluffy poof ball in her mouth, and I'm amazed she can make this much noise with her mouth full. So let's talk about a couple of real quick capitalistic kind of things. Let me ooch over here a little bit, and I'll put my eye out with the thing. There it is. The tip jar, of course, is paypal.com/theadequate. Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda have all been kind enough to throw a couple of bucks my way. Any money that goes into the tip jar... Cat. Delilah. You know, if I mirror back at her, she stops, and I think partially it's because she's offended by my horrible accent. Yes, indeed. And any money that goes into the tip jar goes into the show again, which is how I have been lucky enough to get this good camera, this stream deck thingy, which allows me to push buttons to change scenes and stuff. Some extra strings for my ukuleles, the Clamp of Wonders, and if you're on my Patreon feed, you saw the Clamp video because I did a Labor Day update. You know, tuners, batteries for tuners, talent, that sort of thing. If you are interested in supporting adequacy in a long-term period, Or if you know someone who has money and low standards, I would direct you to patreon.com/theadequate, where my party on, party down Patreon patron people posse, which has grown. I got a new one. Anne, way up here, is new, brand new. She signed up yesterday. Gosh, Anne, I hope I haven't already disappointed you. But I'd like to thank Anne and Stephen and Robin, Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene for supporting Adequacy in our lifetime. The way it works is you say, I'm going to throw $1 or $2 at Tobias on a monthly basis, basically. So we've got $12 and nothing better to do with it. Hey, the higher levels have other things at $2. A month level is the world's cheapest ad budget, as you can see right here. One of my $2 Patreon patron peoples, paperangelpress.com. See? And Practical Content is also down here, as is Carpe Diem Comics, which is the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate. They're in McKinney, Texas. It's a heck of a long walk, but worth it. I can tell you that now. $5 a month, you get buttons and ebooks, and $10 a month, you get physical books and buttons and all the other stuff. And you also have the You're So Darn Smart option at $10, which is where you tell me to write a song, and I got to write it about what you tell me to write it about, and then I do it. And I do it here. So, there that is. We'll be recording more stuff. I'm actually recorded a couple things that I can't do live because I don't have multiple people. Business Goose has now shown up on my Patreon page, patreon.com/theadequate. That will go out to general release in about a week or so. But it's a special thing for the Patreon peeps, so there's that. Let's talk about the archives, which are over here at facebook.com and twitch.tv/Tobias the Adequate. youtube.com/MPLEGARE, which is up to date. I did catch it up, by golly. It'll be out of date tomorrow. I'll catch it up again after show 100. We'll call it good after that. And that's all of that. That's all of that business. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me again. Without you here, what I do makes even less sense. And we need all of them since we can generate in this time. I'm off work tomorrow, but I'll be doing stuff, so I may be tired or not tired, or I may be refreshed tomorrow when I come in and do my show at 5 o'clock. Remember, show 100 here, 5 p.m. Central Time till 6 p.m. Central Time, at least. I have no idea what the list is going to be. I should probably look into setting that up, because otherwise I'm going to have to manually change the titles up here every single time I do it. And we'll see. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. You've been wonderful. I've been Tobias the Adequate. And once again, I thank you for encouraging my behavior. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Holy crap! Show 100! Whose idea